Oh, great day. So as we saw earlier, we're talking about sets. Okay. So in the process, we're able to grasp a certain understanding for our division of sets. Division of sets. Okay. Division of sets. Division of sets, and also multiplication. Multiplication. So we realize that in doing multiplication and division, we didn't encounter any problem at all. Okay, but when we talk about addition and subtraction, you see, addition and subtraction, you will see that if we look at it very carefully, the addition and subtraction were not direct if we are calculating addition and subtraction. So we set a scenario which we are going to break it further. So I want you to take your time, take your pen and paper, and let's begin to look at it from this angle. So we saw earlier that the addition of sets and the subtraction of sets are not direct as compared to its counterpart or their counterpart, which is multiplication and division. So we saw that but when it comes to addition and subtraction, addition and subtraction, you will see that there's a special case. Okay, so a special case for addition and subtraction. Okay, now let's see the special case. The special case for addition and subtraction. If we have 3, for instance, root 10 minus 2 root 10, as you can see, for such subtraction, if we use something we call factorization. If we look at it from factorization point of view, you will see that we can subtract in a set condition in the same way. If we have the same question, similar one like this, let's say root 3 root 10 plus 2 root 10. You see, in this scenario, we can add or subtract by counting on what we call factorization. So let's see how we go about it. So you see, if we take the first one that says, okay, so let's call this one example 1 and example 2. Okay, if we look at it, okay, let's try and answer the first one. Okay, so example 1, that says that 3 set of 10 minus 2 set of 10. Okay, that this is what we have. So you will see that 10 that we have in the expression. We have one here and one here, like that. So how do we solve this? It is easy. We say this is equals to, okay, then we'll bring 3 and minus 2 into bracket. And this is 10. Okay, and we know 3 minus 2, okay, will give us 1. Okay, so this means 1 multiplying set of 10. And when we know that when 1 multiplied by any number or variable is equals to the variable or the number itself. So look at it. Next we have root 10 as our answer. Right? Now, that is in subtraction. Let's look at it from addition point of view. So this same question, okay, this is 3 root 10, that's the example 2, plus 2 root 10. Well, this, if we are solving it, we say 3, let's have a look at it again. We see that root 10 is common in the expression. So if that is the case, okay, then our solution will be 3 plus 2, all into bracket, root 10. And we know that when we add 2 and 3, that will give us 5. So this 5 is multiplying root 10. Therefore, our answer will be 5 root 10. You see, so in these special cases, okay, and these scenarios, you realize that we can say that subtraction and addition can't be possible. Now let's look at one more example. Okay, so example, if we have example 3, for instance, if we have 3 root 2 plus 5 root 2 plus 3 root 2, well, that is 13 root 2. Okay, now let's look at it. And the next one is 3 root 2 minus 5 root 2 plus 13 root 2. Let's decide to make this one also subtraction. Okay, root 2. Now let's look at this case study, this scenario. For us to be able to answer, okay, we'll say our answer for the first one, let's call this one A and this is B. Okay, our first answer, you've seen that throughout the expression we have root 2, root 2, root 2, which is common to all. So meaning this will be 3 plus the 5 plus 13, all into bracket, root 2. And if we compute it further, we know this 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay, 3 plus 5 here is 8 plus 13 into bracket 32. And we know that when we add 8 to 13, we are going to get 21. Okay, so that will give us 21 set of root 2. That's our answer. Okay, now let's look at the minus 1 as well. You see, we'll still have root 2. That's very common. Okay, root 2, meaning we can factorize root 2 out. So because of because of that, our question that is B, which is 3 root 2 minus 5 root 2 minus 13 root 2. Okay, we know our root 2, it's very common. Okay, so the root 2 here is very common, meaning we can put 3 and minus 5 and minus 13 into our bracket, and all this is multiplying by root 2. Okay, we know that when we subtract 3 from 5, negative 5, we'll have negative 2. Okay, and we still have our negative 13 here. Okay, into bracket root 2. Okay, minus 2 minus 13. This is all about being able to understand your integers. That will give us minus 15 root 2. So that is our answer for it. So you see that even though addition and subtraction in surds aren't going to be direct or straight, because the properties that we learned earlier let us understand that we cannot subtract or add sets directly. But when you see examples A and B, as we saw earlier, when we have a very common surd like root 2, okay, and over here we have root 10 as a commonality. Okay, so this, when we do that, when we subtract and follow the process, that is what we get. Beautiful. Now let us look at examples further. Okay, so that will help us to build our understanding. So let's say example 1. Okay, the question is multiply root 2 by root 5. And we know, according to the principles of surd, they say this can be written as root 2 times 5. Okay, and root 2 times 5 will give us root 10. So our answer is root 10. Okay, very simple. Now let's look at further examples. Another example 2, we have been given, there's a 5 set of 3 multiplying 2 set of 7. Okay, this we have to solve. So you see, this, the meaning of this multiplication is 5 is multiplying set of 3, and it's also multiplying 2, and it's also multiplying set of 7. Okay, so when we group the like terms, we see that 5 and 2 are the like terms. So the 5 here and 2 are like terms. And set 3 and set 7 also belong to different group. Okay, so what do? We say we'll group them together. So this one will be 5 times 2 and root 3 times root 7. Okay, we know 5 times 2 will give us 10. Okay, so 5 times 2 will give us 10. Multiplying the computation of root 3 times root 7, that we are multiplying root 3 and root 7, that will give us said 21. Okay, so our answer now will be 10 root 21. This is very simple as well. You see? Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So look at it. Take your time and observe it. What you have done with example number 2. Okay, example number 2. Just have a look at it. And if you don't understand something, you can leave a message. Okay, so that when I see it, I'll quickly sample you alone and teach you alone. Okay, now it's beautiful. Let's see whether we can add one more examples or more examples for us to be able to build on our understanding. Okay, now another one we have. Okay, it says, well, example 3. Example 3. It says, it said 15 divided by said 5. It says solve. You remember that according to what we learned earlier, if this root 15 divided by root 5, the properties of set says this, we can write it in a traditional form, that is root 15 over roots 5. So the set of 15 divided by set of 5. Okay, don't forget that we learned earlier that this can be written as 15 over 5 because they are dividing, and the rules says that we have the right to write this equation this form. Okay, and we know 5 will go into 15 how many times? 3. Therefore our answer will be equals to set of 3. That's it. Okay, let's check this one more example to see whether we are getting closer to a certain level of understanding. Okay, now let's look at example 4. Our example 4, it says 6 set of 14 divided by 2 set of 7. And they say we should solve or simplify. Now, so answer to this. How do we go about it? We have to look at it and see the best way to go about it. Since they are dividing, okay, straightforward, we can say this is equals to the traditional one, 6 set of 14 dividing 2 set of 7. Okay, but as we saw earlier, we know that 6 set 14 can also be written as 6 multiplying set 14 all divided by 2 multiplying set of 7. If that is the case, then we can group the like terms. So we said this is equals to 6 divided by 2 multiplying. Remember, we can write it this way since they all carry set. So this will be 14 over 7. Yeah, so let's look at it. So we can write this one as this because of the property of set. Okay, now we know that when we divide 6 by 2, we get 3. And don't forget, our multiplication sign is still here. So we say multiplying. Then 7 goes into 14 two times. Under the said, so this will be said 2. Therefore, our answer is a 3 said 2. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Please let's go over it again. In this question, we were given 6 said 14 and 2 dividing 2 said 7. Anytime we see 6 out and root of said, means this 6 is multiplying the 14. In the same way, 2 said 7 means 2 is multiplying 7. So traditionally, when we see something like A divided by B, we always say it's the same as A over B. So we apply that principle to this question, the principle of indices. So we know 6 said 14 is dividing 2 said 7. And we can write it this way because 6 is multiplying said 14 and 2 is multiplying said 7. So grouping them together, we say 6 divided by 2 times the set of 14 over 2. And we know 2 will go into 6 3 times, and 7 goes into 14 2 times. So that means 3 times set of 2, which can be written as 3 root 2. Okay, 3 root 2. Alright? Okay, let's see one more example as we have example, what number is that? Example 5. Example 5. Okay, we have been given certain questions. It say multiply. Try this. And we have been given said 3 multiplying said 11, okay, as A, and B is what is it? 4 said 5 multiplying 3 said 2. Okay, then we have C, which is set of 30 divided set 6. And the D is given as 3 set 12 divided 2 set 3. Okay, this is what we have been given to try our hand on. So let's see the best way to go about it. So let's tackle A. The first one, A. The question says set 3 multiplying set 11. And we know after learning the properties, since they are multiplying and they are carrying the surd, we can write this one as all said 3 times 11. And we know our answer is 3 times 11 is 33. So that will be said 33. That is our answer. Okay, let's look at the B part as well. The B. Okay, the B says that we have set of 4 said 5 times 3 said 2. You see, as we saw earlier, anytime we see 4 said 5, it means 4 is multiplying set of 5. Okay, and also the 3, this is also multiplying set of 2. So we saw earlier that the best way to approach this one is to group the like terms. My like terms over here, this is 4 and then 3 are like terms. Okay. Then if I look at it again, I know root 5 and root 2 are like terms. They belong to the same family. So because of that, if I go back and multiply it further, I will say my grouping of the like term, I will multiply 4 by 3 times root 5 times root 2. We know when we multiply roots, we have to multiply this and multiply this, and after that we'll multiply them together. So what do we get? 4 times 3 will give us 12, and root 5 times root 2, okay, will give us 5 times 2 is 10, so that will be root 10. So what will be our answer? Our answer is 12 root 10. Beautiful. Now let's tackle the C part as well. The C says 30 divided by said 6. Said 30 divided by said 6. Wow, this is a quick one. We all know traditionally when we see something like this, we say said 30 divided by said 6. Okay, after that, we apply the principle that we learned. That says, since they all carry the same set, okay, then we say big set 30 divided by 6. And you know, 6 will go to 35 times. So therefore, our answer will be set 5. Okay, let's look at the D. The D is 3 set 12. The D. 3 set 12. 3 set 12. What's happening? Divided by 2 set 3. Oh, beautiful. Friends, you know this, as we saw earlier, this is the same as root 3 root 12, which is dividing 2 root 13. So 3, that's a traditional method. So 3 set 12 divided by 2 set 3. This, since we know that the top one, it tells us that 3 is multiplying set 12, dividing 2, multiplying set 3. You see? Then, if we look at it very carefully, okay, you see that here, our 3 over 2 multiplying, this we can write it as all square roots of 12, okay, all square root of 12 divided 3. You see, we haven't changed anything at all. All what we've done is we applied the rule that we learned earlier. Okay, now let's look at it. Take our time. Now we know that our answer is 3 over 2. Okay, 3 over 2. Okay, times 3 goes into 12 4 times. So this is set of 4. But we know that square root of 4 is 2. Okay, square root of 4, this is 2. So we say this is equals to 3 over 2 multiplied by 2, because we know that when we find the square root of 4, the answer is 2. What do we see over here? Now we realize that this 2 will cancel this 2. So our answer will be equals to 3. Friends, this you can go over it over and over and over, and you'll be able to master it. You see, everything on this planet Earth, the best way for us to be able to understand it properly is being able to practice what we've been taught. You see, if you practice, you'll be okay. There is a common saying that says practice makes a man perfect. Okay, so keep on practicing. Go through the videos over and over. If you don't understand anything, draw my attention to it. Leave me a comment so that I can be of help. Let's look at this example. These examples, okay? Now, we say it's a compute or simplify or solve the following. Solve the following surds. Okay, so let's look at what is asking us. The first one is A is surd of 18 and B 2 surd of 18 and C surd of 98, and the last part is surd of 588. So let's tackle them one by one. Okay, so this is D. Okay, friends, when we look at it very carefully, it's very, very interesting. Why is it interesting? Because this one is it's easy, as simple as that, as you can see. So let's go and see why I'm saying that it's very simple. Okay, because we all know that if we practice what we started earlier, this ones will be easy. So let's tackle it. The first one is that we should simplify. Okay, so the question is root 18. Root 18. Okay, so root 18, how do we solve it? Okay, I will say we can solve this question by knowing when we started in the primary, when we do 2 times. Okay, I know that 2 times 8 will give me 16. What about 2 times 9 will give me 18? So when I apply the principles of surds, I would say this is 2 times 9. Then I put the surd on top of it because they are carrying it. Now, the next one is I'll do this method of separation. This is the same as surd of 2 multiplying surd of 9. Okay? And the surd of 9, so 2, so surd of 2 multiplied by 9. Now we know 9, the square root of 9 is 3. Therefore, 3 times root 2, we can write it as 3 root 2 as our answer. Okay, so when we expanded the 18, we had 2 times 9. Okay, all sitting under the surd or square root. After that, we split them. So we have surd of 2 times surd of 9. Okay, as you can see. Then we find the surd of 9, which is the square root of 9, which is 3. So 3 times root 2. That gives us 3 root 2. Okay, let us look at the other one, which is b. The b. You see, the b says 2 root 18. 2 root 18. And we know this means 2 is multiplying root 18. 2 is multiplied by root 18. Now, if we remember earlier, we saw that when we solved set 18, our answer became 3 root 2. And we have seen the same 18 over here. So that means this one can guide us to solve this question with ease. So let's see how we go about it. So this is but to say that 2 times set of 2 times 9, which is the 18, set of 18. Then we will expand. So 2 times set of 2 times set of 9. Okay, the set of 9 is 3 over here. So we say 2 multiplying set of 2 times 3. Okay, that if we group like terms, we'll say that this is 2 times 3 times set of 2. And we know that when we multiply 2 and 3, we give us 6. So 6 multiplying root 2. And our answer will be 6 root 2. Beautiful. Okay, so what we did was we applied the principles we've learned. That the 2 multiplying, okay, we saw earlier that 2 multiplying set of 18. So all what we did was we expanded the set of 18. So 2 times set of 2 times 9. Okay, this, we can break it. This one, we can break it. Yeah, so when we broke it, okay, we had 2 times root 2 times root 9. So that, we know that when we find the square root of 9, it will give us 3. Okay, so after that, we know we multiply 2 by 3. So we separated them. So 2 times 3 times set of 2. And the 2 times 3 is 6. And the 6 multiplied set of 2, it gives us what? Our answer to be 6, yeah, set of 2. Now let's look at the C part. What does it say? The C, it says set of 98. Okay, set of 98. Set of 98. Okay, friends, anytime you see a number like that, all what you have to do is divide the number by 2, and that will help you to get your multiplication. So we know when we divide 98 by 2, we are going to get what's the name? 49 times 2. All said, okay, and we know that this can be splitted together, so that we have 49 times set of 2. Okay, we know how to find the square root of 49. Square root of 49 means 7 times 7, which is 49. So this one will be 7 times set of 2. And this will give us an answer of 7 root 2. Friends, simple. Okay, now let's look at the last bit. Okay, the last bit, The last bit that says, okay, the last bit that says set of 5, 8, 8. Oh, this is nice as well. So all what I will do is I will divide my 5, 8, 8 by 2. Okay, so if I take my calculator, okay, then I'll say 588 divided by 2. So I'm using my calculator. So I will get 294, okay, times 2. Okay, so that my answer will be said 588 is equals to said 294 times 2. Okay, let's see what we can also further divide 294. So 294 divided by 2. Yes. So this also gives us 2, that's 142 multiplied by 147 times 2, all over said. If you look at it very well, okay, this 147, if you look at it, you see that this we can divide by 7. Okay, so this meaning our answer is going to be 2 times divided by 7. Let's see. 21. So this means 21 times 7 times 2, all said. So you see what we have done is broken down the numbers in pieces. Okay, now let's go back and we say that this, okay, we can also say that 21 over here means 3 times 7. So I have my 2 over here. When I break the 21 over here, the 21 will be 3 times 7. Okay, and I have my 7 here times 7 times 2. All said. See, so all what we have done is to expand it. Isn't that beautiful? And after that, we know that our answer is going to be root 2 times root 3 times root 7 times, yeah, so root 3, root 2 times root 3 times root 7, this is 7, okay, this is 7, okay, so let's go back. So you see we're taking this, that's root 2, and this root 3, and this was root 7. So I'm going to put 7 over there, root 7. Okay, then here, if you look at it, we still have 7 here. So this will also be root 7 multiplied by root 2. What do? Let's group all the like terms properly. Let's separate the numbers from each other. So we can see that over here, when we pick this, we have root 2. When we pick this, we have another root 2 multiplying by root 2. Okay, then we have root 3 here. Okay, now let's pick the 7s. We have root 7, so we say multiply by root 7. And we have another root 7 here, so multiply by root 7. Beautiful. Well, do you remember that I said when you multiply said by its same kind, we get the answer to be the number itself without the root. So let's look at this and that. When I multiply root 2 by root 2, my answer is 2. And I still have my multiplication over here. And I have my root 3 over here. When I multiply root 7 by root 7, I get 7. Okay, what do I do? Further simplification. So this will be 2 times the 7 times root 3. We have grouped the like terms. Okay, friends, if we multiply, we all know that when we multiply 2 by 7, what are we going to get? We are going to get what? 14. And this 14 is multiplying root 3. Okay? So the answer finally is 14 root 3. I think that is where we'll finish today, and we'll continue with our set. So let us recap with the last bit. Okay? The last bit, we're given root 588, and we divided by 2. Okay? Then we got to 294 times 2. Okay, so 294 times 2. Okay, and further we divided 294 by 2, and we had 147, meaning 2 multiplying 147. Okay, friends, 2 multiply 147. Okay, 2 multiply 147. So now let's look at it. 147, okay, this 21, 147 was helpful. We also realized that we can divide this 147 by 7. And when we did that, we had 21 times 7. Okay, so in a nutshell, we also realized that this 21 over here, we can also break it down, because we know when we break it down, we're going to get 3 times 7, which is 21. So then after that, we wrote all the numbers down. Then we broke it down. You see, this is root 2. That is over here. And this root 3 over here. And this root 7 over here. And this root 7 over here. And this root 2. And after that, we apply the principles of surds. That says that we can put the like terms together. So see, we have root 2 multiplying root 2. So I put them together. Now I multiply by root 3. And I know root 7 multiplied by root 7. Okay. Now root 2 times root 2 gives us 2. Because root 2 times root 2 will be square root of 4. And the square root of 4 is 2. So multiply by root 3. And this root 7 times root 7 is also 7. Because square root of 7 times 7 is the square root of 49. And the square root of 49 is 7. Okay. So now we group the like terms. We brought 2 and 7 together. So 2 and 7 together, multiplying root 3. And we have 14 root 3. So friends, this is where we will land. But I will urge you on to subscribe and also introduce this, our class, to your friends who also want to learn. And so that things will be easier for them. And also click on the bell so that you'll be the first person to receive what we are about to do. Okay? Thank you very much for your time, and looking forward to see you around. Have a blessed day.